What if I told you there's an SUV that doesn't just handle a puddle, but can actually drive through a flood? And not just that, this is the same vehicle that boasts over 1,200 horsepower, hitting 60 miles per hour faster than a Lamborghini Huracan. This isn't a concept from 10 years in the future. This is the 2025 BYD Yangwang U8, and it's landing on US shores with a price tag that's shaking the entire luxury market. So, the real question is, can a six-figure Chinese electric vehicle really compete with giants like Mercedes and Porsche? The answer might completely change what you think is possible in a car. So, what exactly is the Yangwang U8? This isn't just another new electric vehicle. This is the flagship statement from BYD, a company that has rapidly gone from a battery maker to a global powerhouse, and they've launched their Yangwang sub-brand with one clear mission: to compete directly with the world's best. We're talking about taking on the Mercedes G-Class and the Range Rover in the ultra-luxury, high-performance SUV arena. This is significant because, for decades, that segment has been dominated by European legacy brands. The Yangwang U8 isn't just trying to join the club, it's trying to rewrite the rules entirely, bringing a combination of tech and performance that we've simply never seen before at this level. And that's exactly what we're going to unpack. In this review, we're going beyond the headlines to see if this $150,000 marvel lives up to its insane promises. We'll explore every inch of its revolutionary interior, its head-turning exterior, and of course, put its earth-shattering performance claims to the test. Stick with us, because what you're about to see, from its flotation mode to its true real-world range, will challenge everything you expect from a modern luxury vehicle. Alright, let's get into what makes this thing tick, starting with the number that will drop your jaw: 1,200 horsepower. That's not a typo. Thanks to 4 electric motors, one at each wheel, the U8 launches from 0 to 60 miles per hour in an absolutely staggering 3.6 seconds. For an SUV that weighs over 3.5 tons, that kind of thrust isn't just impressive, it's physics-defying. The sensation is less like accelerating and more like being shot out of a cannon, but in a silent, serene, and utterly composed way. And let's talk about the party trick we mentioned, the one that separates this from every other SUV on the planet. The U8 can actually float for a short time. It's not for crossing lakes, but it's a genuine emergency flotation mode. If you drive into a flooded underpass, this system can keep you and the vehicle afloat and even maneuver you to safety. It's a feature we never knew we needed, and seeing it in action is nothing short of unbelievable. Now, step inside, and the luxury is immediate. You're greeted by a massive, rotating center screen, gorgeous leather, and real starry sky roof liners. It's a tech haven that makes a Mercedes EQS feel almost minimalist. Every surface you touch feels premium, and the rear seats are like first-class airline pods. But, is it all perfect? Well, the software, while flashy, can feel a bit overwhelming with menus within menus. It's powerful, but there's a slight learning curve. And here's the real kicker for any EV: range. BYD claims an impressive 500 miles on the generous Chinese testing cycle. Now, we can't give our final real-world number just yet, but let's just say our initial highway testing has led to some very surprising results that we know you'll want to see. But all of this tech and performance leads to one final million-dollar question, or more accurately, a $150,000 question. Is this incredible package, with all its world-first features and insane power, actually worth that massive price tag? Or are you just paying for a collection of wild party tricks? Stick around, because in the final section, we're going to give you our completely honest verdict and buying advice that could save you a fortune. This is the moment of truth. We've talked about the 1,200 horsepower, the floating car trick, the insane luxury, but none of that matters if it falls apart here, on a real road. So, we pushed it hard. And, it's a revelation. The acceleration is brutal, yes, but the real magic is in the handling. With 4 independent motors, the torque vectoring is instantaneous. It carves through these corners with an agility that feels impossible for something this big and heavy. It's not just fast, it's brilliantly composed. The suspension, a mega-expensive hydraulic system, soaks up bumps like they don't exist, all while keeping the body flat and planted. It doesn't just compete with a G-Wagon or a Urus on paper, on a twisty road, it outright embarrasses them. But then, we come to the one thing we were most skeptical about, the real-world range. We've been driving for hours, a mix of city cruising and aggressive mountain runs, and the battery percentage is dropping faster than we hoped. The guessometer is getting nervous. We're on a long climb back to our finish point, and I'm starting to think, this is where the dream ends. This is where the compromise hits. The final number is ticking down, and what we saw on that screen when we finally pulled in, completely redefined our expectations for a heavy, hyper-performance EV. What was that final, shocking number? And more importantly, does this single-handedly justify its massive price tag? The answer is the final piece of the puzzle, and it leads directly to our ultimate verdict, which is coming up right after this. So, after putting it through its paces, what's the final verdict on the BYD Yangwang U8? Here it is, this is not just a car, it's a landmark. A technological tour de force that proves the established luxury giants have a serious, undeniable competitor. Let's be clear. The pros are staggering, mind-bending 1,200 horsepower performance, revolutionary luxury, and that unbelievable float mode. It's an engineering flex that nobody can ignore. But the cons are real. The price is stratospheric, the software has a learning curve, and its sheer size makes it intimidating in the city. So, who is this for? If you're a tech pioneer who must have the absolute latest and most innovative thing on four wheels, and money is no object, this is your holy grail. It's a statement piece that screams, I arrived from the future. But if you value brand legacy, a more intuitive user experience, and a proven dealer network, the established players like Mercedes and Range Rover are still the safer bet. For the US market, the Yangwang U8 is a wake-up call. It's not a subtle entry, it's a declaration of war on the top of the market, forcing everyone to innovate faster. The real question it leaves us with is this: are you ready for the future of luxury, even if it comes from an unexpected place? Let us know in the comments, would you take a chance on this Chinese super SUV, or are you sticking with the European legends? Debate it below. If this deep dive changed your perspective on what's possible, do us a favor and hit that like button, subscribe for more honest reviews, and we'll see you in the next one.